What's up, guys? Today we're taking a look at a new case from Corsair. It is their 400C from the Carbide series, and the C stands for clear, which you'll be able to see in a second. We do have this all clear side panel here. Now, Corsair wants this to be your sort of entry-level case. So this case comes into the market at $99. So if you're not looking to spend more than $100 on a case, this is what Corsair thinks you're gonna get. So let's go ahead and take a look. Taking a first look at the case, you can see we have a mid-tower here, and it's actually not very large, which I really do like. We don't have any 5¼ inch drive bays on the front, which again I like. And it just makes it so we can have a more compact case, make it smaller, make it easier for you to take to LAN parties and things like that. Now, moving around to the front here, as I said, no 5¼ inch drive bays, so there's just a completely plain front, which actually looks really nice. We do have a small little Corsair logo down here. And if we move it back to the side just a tad, we can see we do have our ventilation here on the side, so that is gonna allow air to come into the case. You can go ahead and take the front off the case here. Now, it is a little hard, and I found that these bottom tabs actually are kind of hard to get the front off. You actually kind of have to go inside the case and pop it off. It's not one of those easy ones that's super easy to pop off that I found, which is a little annoying if you want to get to the front of your case here. Now, at the front, you can see we have this very large fan filter, and it is removable here, as you can see, so you can take it out and clean it. But again, you do have to remove that entire front panel to access this fan filter. Now, with the fan filter removed, you can see that we do have a 140mm intake fan, and this comes included with the case. Now, in this front section here, you can fit two 140s, three 120s, or a water cooling radiator up to 360mm. Taking a look at the side panel of the case, you can see why Corsair calls this the 400C. We have an all clear side panel here, and what's really great is a lot of times with cases we see side panels that are kind of like from here to here, that just show off maybe your motherboard and graphics card. This shows off everything, which I really like. So if you do have some awesome graphics cards or some lights or anything like that, you're gonna be able to see all of it in this. And with that, we do have this really cool just door that kind of opens here, just like that, so you can go ahead and easily get inside your system. Makes it super easy. Now, one thing that is different about this window compared to the 600C that Corsair released is that had a glass side panel window. This is just plain acrylic. At the top of the case is where you're gonna find your buttons and the rest of your connections. So we have a very large power button here, two USB 3.0 ports, microphone and headphone jacks, a hard drive activity LED, and a smaller reset button. The rest of the top of the case you can see is this ventilated section, and actually this is a filter, so you can easily take it off here. And you can see it is a magnetic filter, so you can take it out, clean it, and put it right back on here. And with that out of the way, we can go ahead and see our cooling options up here. You can do two 120s or two 140mm cooling fans, as well as water cooling radiators up to 240mm. Moving around to the back of the case, you can see we have another included fan, and this is a 120mm exhaust fan here. And what's cool is that Corsair has this sort of slit design, as I call it, that allows you to move the fan up or down depending on where your CPU is located, or if you have cooling up top. You can go ahead and move this fan. You can see we have all of our expansion slots. Our power supply is going to be mounted on the bottom, and we do have a filter for that, which you can easily access and go ahead and clean out. And the opposite side panel, we had that nice latch system on there for this one. This one, we just have thumb screws, but it's good to see thumb screws because it just easily allows you to get inside your system. Moving inside, the thing that really stands out, of course, is our power supply cover here. Now, this cover is not made of metal like the rest of the case. It's actually plastic, Pretty hard plastic though, and we do have our Corsair logo down here. Now, this entire thing can actually be removed from the system, and you'll actually have to remove it to go ahead and install your power supply. Now, taking a look at the rest of the interior of the case, you can see we don't have a lot of things going on because we don't have any 5 1/4 inch drive bays at the front or anything like that. That makes this very spacious for your motherboard. Now, inside, you can fit full ATX motherboards in there, and we do have a very large CPU cutout. We also can see some cable routing holes all on the side here. You know, we have a bunch over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the one on the power supply cover makes 11. So you have a lot of room to go ahead and route all of your cables as well. I've gone ahead and taken the backside panel off the case so you can get a good look at what's going on back here. And the first thing that really stands out is our 3 SSD mounts back here. And these are made of plastic, but it seems like a pretty simple process of just sliding your SSD down and locking it back into place. We also have our 3.5 inch drive mounts, and these are actually trays. And these trays easily come out here, as you can see. And not only do they support 3.5 inch hard drives, but they support 2.5 inch hard drives as well. So if you want to load this up with 5 SSDs, 1, 2, 3, of course 4, 5, you could easily go ahead and do that. You can see the rest of our cable routing holes here, and there are quite a lot of tie down points as well. So again, once you're done routing all of your cables, you can easily go ahead and use cable ties and keep everything back here nice and neat. So this wraps it up for our quick overview of Corsair's Carbide Series 400C case. Now make sure you check back very soon on thinkcomputers.org as we'll have our full written review. Till next time, catch you guys later.